Since KFP's projects are currently struggling in the market, they rely more than ever on selling ideas from the salespeople themselves. They're on the front lines of selling, so they know the market needs better than anyone. However, Kaiser's incentives and compensation structure don't foster a creative, collaborative dynamic. The company's overly aggressive sales plan is creating a stressful working environment to the company's employees. Kaiser projects its sales goals from the previous years and sets it higher year and year despite changing market conditions and growing competition. Salespeople's base salary is very low, therefore they rely on sales bonuses as their main source of income, which are awarded based on meeting sales goals. As you can imagine, these individual problems create bigger problems in the overall company culture. It has developed into a divisive and competitive culture. When comparing regions, it's clear that competitive culture impacts their sales performance. Florida's office has a manager who cares for and goes above and beyond for his people, who in turn work closely together to be successful. However, they feel their upper management in Atlanta and New York are only interested in the financial outcome and will take advantage of their creativity to raise sales goals even more. The salespeople are discouraged, don't have motivation to go beyond the bare minimum when selling their projects. Employees also face challenges with the excessive amount of work they need to complete on top of their high sales goals. Kaiser is experiencing extrinsic incentives bias and should better understand that the best motivator for employees is not monetary rewards. Employees want more than get paid, they want intrinsic motivation. Kaiser should also re-evaluate their unrealistic goals and set new, more attainable ones to create higher levels of motivation among employees. This way they could expect better results in job performance, since motivation is a main driver of job performance. When Kaiser sets well-defined goals, the organization becomes whole. Goals help the organization meet their vision in cohesion. Right now, cohesion is disrupted by internal competition and stress. Based on goal-setting theory, employees perform worse when employers' goals are too aggressive. Upper management in Atlanta and New York needs to consider how to set reachable and clear goals that motivate employees. Currently, salespeople feel low levels of self-efficacy. They find it hard to believe that they can possibly achieve management's lofty goals. It is quite normal for people to compare their inputs and outputs to others, which is explained by equity theory. Employees in Atlanta and New York seem to put in a lot of effort but still can't perform quite as well as people in Florida. People may withhold valuable information and advice rather than working together to gain advantage. The employees can also seem to find meaningfulness in their work because they are so focused on the goals upper management have set them. If employees felt that their work was meaningful and significant, they would be more motivated and would be more satisfied in their job. This idea is described by job characteristic theory.
Currently, the salespeople are hyper-focused on meeting the ever-increasing sales goals, indicating they are extrinsically motivated by the bonus pay. The job characteristics theory tells us that giving employees a sense of meaningfully impactful work could boost motivation and work satisfaction. Besides generating sales, the salespeople must also turn in a lot of paperwork. This becomes a work hindrance stressor which puts a barrier in their way of accomplishing their main task. Pressure from increasing sales goals can cause stress, anxiety, other psychological strains, and even burnout. Currently, in-role performance is branch dependent and has no overarching structure throughout the company for how roles are fulfilled. Voice behavior is when employees volunteer creative ideas or suggestions, with the only incentive being a small monetary reward and without any proper channels of communication with management. Creativity is not incentivized well at KFP. Based on this analysis, we came up with 2 recommendations for KFP we believe would help them attain better synergy and cohesion. the first recommendation would be to restructure the company's incentive, compensation, and workload plan to emphasize intrinsic motivation. Starting with raising the base salaries so employees don't have to depend on these sales-based bonuses. Bonus percentages should be lowered alongside the increase in pay in order to put less pressure on employees to hit unrealistic sales goals in pursuit of the bonus. The company should also integrate company-wide sales goals instead of branch-specific goals. This will decrease competition between branches and unite the company as a team. KFP could also use a sensitivity analysis when projecting sales levels. This should allow for low, mid, and best sales-based bonuses to be created, thus creating linear sales goals rather than a holistic end goal. KFP should either hire additional staff or streamline the process of filing paperwork. This allows the salespeople to focus on what's really important to them, sales. An automated or streamlined system for filing paperwork would be the best option in order to decrease costs. Our second recommendation to KSP would be to redefine company standards and practices in order to create a work environment that is less about competition with your coworker and more about collaboration. This includes the expectation that upper management would make regular visits to the various branches of KSP. These visits will help get rid of the us versus them attitude and put a face to management, making employees more comfortable at work. Additionally, becoming more familiar and comfortable with upper management emboldens employees when sharing ideas for company improvement. Another suggestion to form better communication with upper management is to hold company-wide meetings where ideas and concerns can be discussed in an open forum. Having a designated person from management act as a liaison between upper management and the rest of the employees would also help open up the communication of ideas and concerns. This is simply implemented through best practice meetings wherein branches can discuss what works and what doesn't. This helps determine what changes can be made to make a positive impact. KSP should also experiment with implementing partner branches in which two branches either permanently or temporarily work closely together in collaboration to solve issues. And finally, sending employees from top-performing branches to work with those of lower-performing branches could help the company be more successful across the board. We believe that by restructuring Kaiser's incentive and compensation plan, as well as redefining company culture standards, will help create a more cohesive, efficient, and successful workforce. Kaiser, in turn, can encourage creative selling techniques to help them stay afloat until their new products come to market. Thank you.